Hello and welcome to Urban Plains TV. I'm your host, Ayana Anderson, and thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to have a look at the Midwestern-themed restaurants, a debate about which baseball team is best, and a Midwest Digest that you won't want to miss. Des Moines had its first annual book festival in Capitol Square. It brought together every fanatic that you can imagine. There were even music performances, food carts, and talks by best-selling authors. Eric Morgan shows us how Des Moines pulled up all the stops at this event.
I'm going down to Austin, Texas. I'm going down to save my soul. Get that barbecue and chili. Eat my fill and come back home. I'm gonna take my baby with me. We're gonna have an island time. We're gonna eat till we get sick. Sure do make a bit taste fine. Oh my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh my mama, stop your belly and backbone, puppy. Oh my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good?
So this festival is about bringing people who love to write books together with people who love to read books. And so this is just a really great event for everyone to come together and to enjoy what we are experiencing here in Des Moines and in our region. We have a lot of great things. We wanted this to be a really great experience for everyone that came. So it's maybe not just about books, but maybe more or less about coming together and enjoying each other's company and enjoying time together.
See white gravy on the inside. Oh my mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh my mama, stop your belly and backbone.
I think just bringing opportunities to our community where we can talk about reading and talk about the things that we love about our favorite stories and just share that. Just opening that conversation and starting that is a great first step. We love festivals that really bring people together and really make it engaging, so we really strived with this particular festival to add some really creative elements that were not part of that solitary action of reading, but like listening to music on the main stage and doing workshops and activities so that it was engaging and interactive.
And I know a man who could try to beat anything that he ever saw. I know the woman that got
What we want to do here is have the best book festival of the Midwest, and so this is our first year of this event, and we're looking forward to the continuation of festivals in our community and bringing everyone together.
My mama, ain't that Texas cooking something? Oh my mama, stop your belly and backbone from loving.
It's just really great way to bring people together, and these free events that we offer in the city is a way that our city gets recognized by other communities. It's a draw for people to come here and to visit here and experience. It creates interest in people wanting to live here and make a life and a family here. And events do all of those things to really make our community a better place for everyone to live.
Ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh my mama, eat it every day now if I can.
It is only up from here with the Des Moines Book Festival, and we can expect next year to be just as successful. Now we bring you to the Midwest Digest, our continuing segment that puts Midwestern taste buds to the test. This week, we decided to bring beer into the conversation. We brought in a few Iowans together to discuss one simple question. Is there a major difference between the Midwest brands? Here's the results.
Beer, everybody's favorite cold snack. Americans drink a lot of beer, more than any other alcoholic beverage actually, drinking more than 6.3 billion gallons of the liquid each year. We drink a lot of beer, but we wouldn't be able to do that without the Midwest. Both major brewing companies in America are Midwest-based companies, Anheuser-Busch and Miller Coors. The two major brewing companies make four primary light beers: Coors Light, Miller Lite, Bud Light, and Busch Light. And people are passionate about which ones they prefer. Iowans, for example, last year drank more than 17 million gallons of just Busch Light. My dad once got in a fight in a Chicago bar when he ordered a Coors instead of a Miller, so people are willing to fight over it. But the question is, can they even tell the difference?
favorite light beer would probably be Coors Light.
Miller Lite.
Coors Light.
Coors Light.
Okay.
Do I have to guess all four? We'll see how this goes.
I don't like that one as much.
My favorite light beer would probably be Coors Light.
That one's Coors. Wait.
That one tastes like Buzz, but I'm not going to lock it in until I taste all of these.
All right. Bud, Busch, Miller, Coors.
Miller, Busch, Coors, Bud. Miller, Coors, Busch, Bud.
This is Busch. Then it's between Miller and Bud and Coors, right? I feel like this is Bud, this is Miller, and this is Coors.
All right. Coors, Busch, Bud, Miller.
So the answer is no. So people should stop getting in fights over this type of stuff.
Finally, we've settled on the fact that these beverages taste fairly similar to one another, and maybe we should be a little bit more respectful of others' beer choices. Bringing us back to Capitol Square, Urban Plains picked up another story brewing in the literary world. The Des Moines Public Library kicked off its annual series, Authors Visiting in Des Moines, celebrating some of today's most influential writers. The first installment was Susan Orlean. Hema Rangasamy has more.
The 19th annual Authors Visiting in Des Moines series has officially begun. Susan Orlean's presentation about the 2018 bestseller, The Library Book, was the first of the series. The Library Book is the account of the Central Library in LA and the horrific fire that burned the library and millions of books on April 29, 1986.
Now, I don't know whether all libraries have many eccentric people associated with them.
One of the interesting things is how much detail she goes into. In any little category that she wrote about, she really went into a well-researched detail.
Orlean gives her fans an insight into the research that went into creating the library book.
My favorite was a man named Charles Lummis, who ran the library in the early 1900s. He had been a newspaper man in Ohio and was hired originally was hired by the LA Times to write for the newspaper. He was living in Cincinnati, got hired for this job in Los Angeles, and then did what makes perfect sense. He walked from Cincinnati to Los Angeles, as one does.
Well, the book festival, and I had already read the book. I listened to the audiobook, actually. Actually, I'm here from South Carolina, and the book club down there, we had read it. And then I found out about the book fair here. Everybody at that book club really enjoyed it, because if you go to libraries, there's something in that book that you can identify with. I really enjoyed it. And
Lori Frankel will be the second author in the series. She will be presenting on April 18th at 7 p.m. in the Central Library.
That's a highly anticipated series that Iowans definitely will not want to miss. Next up, we have our second installment of Verses, our weekly segment where we debate the common Midwestern disagreements. This week, Kale Sorbo went to Principal Park and talked to some fans about their favorite teams.
Hi, we're here at Iowa Cubs opening day to find out people's favorite fan bases in the Midwest. What would you guys say your favorite, Major League Baseball team is?
Oh, Giants, right here. Yeah, big Giants fan.
The Cubs.
The Cubs? Are you a Chicago Cubs fan as well?
Yeah.
And are you guys Iowa Cubs fans?
Iowa Cubs, yes. My wife's a diehard Chicago fan. I'm a Red Sox fan, as you can tell.
Yeah. So are you a Miami Marlins fan?
Yes, very much so.
Absolutely. So you guys pretty diehard Cubs fans?
Always have been. Always will be.
So are you Iowa Cubs fans or just Chicago Cubs fans?
Both. I mean, if you're a Chicago Cubs fan, you got to be a Iowa Cubs fan.
But you are not you are not a Chicago Cubs fan.
No, I am a Twins fan, as we can see. So
You feel a lot of hatred as one of the big East Coast teams from the small Midwestern fan bases like Milwaukee or Chicago.
You know, I've actually never met I've never met a Milwaukee fan, but no, not from Chicago Cubs fans. You know, they had a really long drought, just like the Red Sox do, and we kind of had the bond in time. You know, so no, I don't really get that a lot.
So I'm a Rockies fan. So do you have anything to say to me?
I don't. If your team was a lot better, I probably would.
Do you have any rivals you would like to say some words to?
Not really, but
the Cardinals always suck, always have sucked, and always will suck.
So, yeah. Absolutely. And would you say are Cubs fans nasty, or would you say in general they're pretty?
They're polite there. They're great fan base there. Now, like St. Louis, there you got the Cardinals fans there. They're just different. They're nasty. They're not nice to hang around with. So.
Absolutely. And do you have any words you would say for an opposing fan base?
An opposing fan base?
The Twins, maybe. Like, do you have any words for your rivals?
All right, game on, baby. We'll see you at the end of the ninth there. So.
So it turns out Iowa Nice is very real, and people are actually really respectful towards their opposing fan bases. Who knew?
The debate for whose team reigns supreme turns out to be a lot cooler than expected, but it does speak to an aspect of the Midwest that's sometimes overlooked. The region treats everyone with this Midwestern nice, but everyone has their own hometown pride. Sometimes it's brought out in baseball teams that they root for, and sometimes it's in the restaurants they establish that bring out the microculture of their hometown. Nick McGlynn shows us that there's more about these restaurants right here in Des Moines.
Outside the Midwest, the region can be melded together as a homogeneous area of cornfields and pigs. If you live here, however, you understand that the cities and states have their own culture and specialties, and this is no better exemplified than through bars and restaurants. Here in Des Moines, there are several places where people brought other parts of the Midwest to Iowa, giving patrons a niche piece of the cities that embody Middle America. I had the opportunity to talk to some of the owners of these establishments, to have a conversation about community and the importance their places have on the people who come in. The first place I went to was the Wisco Grub and Pub, owned by a family of Milwaukee natives who have lived in Des Moines for over a decade. I talked to one of the founders, Jenny Riley, on the topic of community and how it was the focal point of their establishment.
Just having some place where I can come in and be like, oh, this is a bit of back home and family, and we're all about family. So when people come in, we try to treat them like family. So that's why it's really important for us.
Do you find people that tend to regularly come here because of the Wisconsin theme, or is it because of the food? Or like what brings people in?
You know what? I think it's a mixture of both. We do have a lot of Wisconsin transplants in Des Moines, which honestly surprises me about how many there are, because we get so many people that are like, oh, I lived in Wisconsin for 20 years, 30 years. I mean, we have people that are like, I was there for 40 years, and we hear a lot of different stories about people that have been to Wisconsin or that are from Wisconsin. So we get a lot of people that when they come in, they're like, I heard about you, and I heard it was a Wisconsin bar, but they come back for the food. And I think maybe most, the food is, we get a lot of compliments on the food.
How important do you think it is to the people that come in to have this pocket of home outside their own?
I have a lot of people that come in, especially for the fish fry on Friday, just tell me how glad that they are that we're here. It kind of all blends together, you know what I mean? Like as far as like why we're doing this and what we do and all the people that come in and the people that work here, we kind of, it all kind of blends. We're all family, we like, customer service and having the people come in and enjoy the food and come in and stay and have some drinks and just hang out and a place to come in. We have people come in and read books and during the day. And so for me, it's like all encompassing Wisconsin.
Another spot to follow this lead is Truman's KC Pizza Tavern, where a group of Kansas City natives teamed up with Full Court Press to create a neighborhood sports bar with a Kansas City flair. Rob Jackson, one of the founders, explains what aspects of KC he tries to bring to his restaurant.
Well, the partners and I wanted to open up a neighborhood restaurant in the East Village. And what neighborhood really embodies is a communal spirit. And I think that's one thing that I picked up in Kansas City, and I think that happens all over the Midwest, is that communal spirit. We don't have mountains, we don't have oceans with beaches, but what we do have is that community spirit. I think people recognize our passion for the teams that we like, and that in itself, that passion is what makes them happy to be here, regardless of whether they like the Chiefs or the Royals, because they're all passionate fans for their own team. And I think that's what links us together, is that passion.
Do you think that comes through with some of the regulars? Do you think that...
I definitely do.
Yeah, do you think
I definitely do.
That's a sort of bonding point?
It is. It is. And sports on the whole is a bonding experience. One of the things in its inception that I've always wanted to have in a restaurant is where everybody kind of knows your name, that cheers aspect of it. And we're working on that here, but a lot of people know each other's names, and people that don't know each other can come here and have a good time and start interacting with people. Our staff here takes that very seriously. There's a lot of pride to that, where you can get people to interact without knowing one another.
It is clear that each place recognizes how their patrons respond to their themes and specialties. However, one thing is consistent throughout, and that is the Midwestern values of community and friendliness, and that the people matter the most.
I encourage people to really take what is the key element in any of these places, and it doesn't matter where you are in the Midwest, it's the people that make the place. I've traveled internationally, and there again, it's not, you can go see all the monuments, you can go see all the historical sites, but until you actually engage the people, you don't really understand what each area is about.
What a wonderful way to bring all who live here together. That'll do it from us here at Urban Plains TV. Next week, we'll feature coverage on the Final Four, a Midwest Digest on a Midwest favorite, and a debate whether Starbucks or Caribou can cure your caffeine cravings. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more on Urban Plains stories. Thank you everyone for tuning in today, and we'll see you next week.